Good afternoon, class. My name is Rob, and today I'm going to be talking about global warming. Um, Global warming is the theory that the temperature on Earth is slowly rising as time progresses. Some theories behind this is the greenhouse effect, which is the greenhouse is basically a layer of gas that surrounds the Earth and holds in temperatures. Now, if you think of it in regards of a blanket, the thicker the greenhouse, the thicker the blanket, the warmer it's going to be underneath it. And there's some scientists and people that believe that this is the reason for global warming, and then there's other people that believe that this is not the reason for global warming. The first thing I'll be speaking about is what we know and what is real to the effects of global warming. Deforestation we know is real. We know that trees are being chopped down at an increasing rate for textiles and for lumber. Now, according to wildlife.com, 20% of the greenhouse effect comes from deforestation and the trees not being able to release oxygen to offset the amount of carbon dioxide being released. Some other reasons that we have that they believe there's the greenhouse effect are the burning of fossil fuels. Now, the burning of fossil fuels happens in several different ways. It happens during the generation of power, where we have some, say, coal mines, or not coal mines, but coal power plants still. But throughout the technology today, we are moving in a cleaner way to gain our energy, whether it be through wind power, solar power, or hydropower, which has a very little carbon footprint. The next contributor to the greenhouse effect would be transportation. Cars, trucks, planes, and I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's just the exhaust that exits these. And the problem is there is regulations here in the United States, but there are less regulations in other countries. For instance, China, where there's 10 times more vehicles than what we have today. Now, I do know through my travels, I was in Thailand and I had a chance to see a country with no regulations on vehicles and emissions, and it's a pretty nasty place. So I know firsthand that there is some credit to the emissions and its effect on the atmosphere. Another way is factories. Factories still, burning textiles, burning chemicals to create textiles that have an unknown effect on the atmosphere. And again, the regulations are more stringent here than they are in other countries. Do all these burning of fossil fuels and deforestation add to the global warming? I'm not really sure. I will say, in my research, I did find that there are some pretty different views and some pretty excited people on this subject. I tried to weed those out and pull what I thought was relevant. On the other hand, there are people that believe that none of what I just said has any effect on global warming and that it's natural causing. They believe the greenhouse effect is due to volcanoes, methane seeping from the Earth's crust and from outer space, and sunspots. Naturalnews.com gave the stats that in the year 2012, it was one of the coldest years in decades. And if global warming was the steady temperature rising inside the Earth's crust, inside the Earth, then that would not be possible. The stratospheric temperature, which is 6 to 10 miles above the Earth's crust, or where the greenhouse would be, was also at its lowest since 1989. So what do we know from the year 2000 and it not having a steady temperature gain would be that since the year 2000, sunspot activity has gone down. And also related to that, according to space.com, during the years of 1400 to 1700, we had what was called a mini ice age, where there were no sunspots at all. So their belief is that the sunspots and the natural occurring volcanic ash and the methane is what is creating the greenhouse effect, not so much the vehicles and the deforestation. So now I've given you some theories on what they think is causing it, and some theories on what they think is really not causing it. I hope I've given you the information today to maybe make a better judgment, or maybe to just become another conspiracy theorist on this subject. Thank you for your time.